Today's total body routine inspires lengthening throughout those compressed areas of our neck, torso, and pelvis. We will both challenge our core and mobilize our joints, creating the space and movement our bodies tend to crave. All you need is your mat and some time for yourself. Let's get moving and shine together. Hello, welcome to Shine Movement Space. For today's movement, we will be kneeling for a portion of it. So if you need a little bit extra cushion, you may want to grab a pillow that you can put underneath your kneecap. Will be on one knee like this. Or one of my favorite things you can do is to simply just fold over whatever mat you're using, and that will add just a little bit more protection on those knees. Today's movement will be a combination of an activate and elevate class, so you just take what you need out of it. And with that, let's stand on up to start and get moving. Okay, we are starting with our feet just outside of our hips, nice and parallel, so toes pointing forward. I want you to have a little micro bend in your knees, and then make sure that your kneecaps are rotated towards the screen. So really making sure your entire leg is parallel and not just your toes pointed forward. From here, we're gonna soften our knees and bring our hands behind our head. Now in this position, I want to make sure that you are not pressing forward with your hands like this on your neck, but rather giving a bit of an upward pull, just a slight bit of upward tension, so you feel more length than compression forward, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get moving. So we're going to nod our chin slowly, making some circles with our neck. As we go to the back, I don't want you to let your head drop and crunch, but rather just kind of lengthen in the center. So let's give just a few neck rolls here. Lengthening as we come to the back. Stretching out, getting some movement into those vertebrae. And up to you, if you find a spot where you want to stay and just stretch and breathe, you go for it. Good. One more that direction. And now we're going to reverse. So we're going to nod our chin the other way, making a circle. Lengthening towards the back. And just getting our neck moving, starting to relieve tension that may have built up. Good, one more circle here. Good, and come on back to center. Let your shoulders relax and your neck lengthen, and we're going to start to rotate our shoulders. So we start to rotate just from the thoracic spine up, so kind of our middle of our back and shoulders. If you need to think about it, you can kind of think about your elbow pointing forward towards the screen, just kind of working into this motion, getting yourself warmed up. Once you're here, then I want you to start to activate those abdominals, starting to pull them towards your spine. Making sure you're lengthening that neck as we do it, making sure your hips are not moving with you. We're only rotating from the kind of the belly button area up. Good, and then come back to center here. Kind of reset those knees, make sure they're facing forward. Abdominals are nice and engaged, and then we're gonna soften our knees here. We're gonna bring our hands down to our hips, and we're gonna circle our hips. Yes, I know you might feel silly doing this, but it is just us. And what I want you to think about, rather than doing the hula, is to think about really starting to carve out your hips, really feeling where it's tight. For me, I can feel a tightness in my right lower back of my hips. So I'm really gonna start to notice where my body is feeling tight, and let's go the other way. I'm also gonna notice as I come to the front, my abdominals engage and lift. Do I feel a little lift of my lower abs? So we're taking away the feeling of what are we doing and getting into our body to feel what's going on today. Good, let's bring it back to center. Roll those shoulders down and back, lengthen that neck, shake it out, and then Let's turn out our feet, step a little bit wider apart. So we're turning out our entire leg rather than our feet. My dancer self is talking there. But I want you to think rotating from your hip socket, and knees are going to point in line with your toes. From here, we're going to bring the back of our wrists together. So we're going to let our palms rotate, our back of our wrists come towards each other and then come back flat. So our back of our wrists are coming towards each other and then opening flat. As you open up flat, think nice long length in your spine. And then from here, we're going to add on a spinal curl. So now we're going to tuck our pelvis under, tuck our chin towards our chest, let our spine round, and really feel a stretch through our lower back, through our mid back even. And then we're stacking tall in the center. So rounding forward, stacking nice and tall, rounding forward, stacking nice and tall. I will face the side so you can see we're rounding. I'm bringing my spine backwards in space, and then I'm stacking it back tall to my neutral position. Let's do one more here, really rounding through that spine, exhaling, drawing those abdominals towards that spine, and then stacking nice and tall here. From here, bring those arms up, and we're gonna press down, bending our knees here. And then we flip our palms, scoop them up, press down and up, press straight down and up. So making sure now we're not tucking our pelvis forward. That's a big tendency to do that in this position. I also want you to make sure that your torso is not tilting forward. So shoulders are stacked right over those hips, down and up. Exhale, draw your abdominals toward your spine, down and up, down and up. Deepening your bend every time. Maybe not every time, but as you're going. Good, and then we're staying down here. From here, hold this position, roll out your wrists. Making sure our rib cage is nice and closed in the front. Good, and then we have a little mini pulses up and down, up and down. Chest is open, heart shines forward. So we're not hunching. Exhale to lift and lower, lift and lower. Few more, lift and lower. Our legs should be firing up, lift and lower. Thinking inner thighs are drawing together, even if they're not touching. Sending that energy together as you lift. Good, few more. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring your legs, bring your arms up, down, rolling down your spine one vertebrae at a time. Let your arms dangle, let your head dangle. Breathing, you can start to shift your hips side to side. Let your neck release. Good, bend your knees, straighten them, bend and plie, and straighten. Good. Let your upper body fully release here. And then we're going to take our toes, we're going to bring them forward, and then we're going to point them actually inward. So our heels are out, our toes are pointing slightly inward, and just enjoy a stretch for the back of your pelvic floor here. You're widening your sitting bones in this position. Really feeling that pelvic floor lengthen in the back. And then Point those toes back forward. Take a few breaths here for your hamstrings. You can let your elbows hang here, sway side to side. Really stretching and breathing. And then come on down to one knee. So we're gonna bend our knees, transition down to kneeling on top of one knee. Just adjust myself here so I don't hit the wall behind me. Okay, in this position, I want us to check to make sure our hips are nice and straight. I know that this side, your hip is gonna be raised slightly because your leg is out, but try to keep it from hiking and try to keep it as lengthened as possible. Also try not to sit into that opposite leg. So we're trying to stay nice and centered here. From here, bring your arms behind your head, and we are going to dip sideways and then come on up. So our abdominals are drawing towards our spine. We're thinking of kind of leaning up and over a table. So you're lengthening here and then leaning over. I don't want you to think crunching like this. I want you to think lengthen and lean. You should feel your obliques start to kick in here, starting to pull your torso back over your knee, engaging your abdominals so that you're not wobbling on that knee. And lean and lift. Good. Lean and lift. If you want a little bit more, you can take those arms over your head. This will just add a little longer of a lever, a little more weight for your body. Whew. You can hear it in my voice. To lift back center. Good. Reaching up and over and center. Let's do two more. Up and over and center. One more. Over and center. From here, we're going to rotate our elbows, curling our spine backwards, drawing our abdominals into our spine towards that leg and up. Rounding. You should feel a stretch kind of behind your shoulder blades. And then I want you to start to think of it as like a mini crunch here. So you're gonna feel your obliques kind of kick in, and you're also gonna feel that stretch as you round your mid back. Make sure that opposite leg is not trying to come with it. So we're gonna try to resist and keep that hip bone facing forward. So we don't wanna do this, twisting our entire hips, pelvis. Really lifting up and out of our pelvis, rotating and finding that crunch feeling. That inner scoop. It's probably a better word than crunch. Abdominals draw in and up. Few more. Let's do two more. Last one. Good, really starting to fire up here. We're going to come on down to our hands here, bringing our palms underneath our shoulders. Now I want you to take that leg in the back. If that hip has hiked, try to even out your hips, drawing your abdominals in and up, but try not to tuck or extend that pelvis. So pelvis is neutral, abdominals draw in and up. We're going to shift backwards and then bring our chest forward. So we're just kind of stretching out that inner thigh here. Give me 4 of these, so 2 more. And then 1 more. Good, chest comes forward. We're nice and even in that all forwards position, and then we're gonna let our chest fall towards the floor, keeping our arms straight. Exhale, pushing the floor away. So we engage our abdominals towards our spine. Let our chest fall and then lengthen out through your neck, pressing down through the floor, engaging your abdominals, letting our chest fall. Exhale, lengthen it up. I'm gonna face the side. You keep going so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. If I'm facing the side, or at least the diagonal here, I'm letting my chest fall towards the floor. Exhale, press it away. I call them shoulder push-ups. So falling towards the floor, pressing away. Letting your chest sink, and then drawing your shoulders down and back, lifting your abdominals to support your torso. Good, and then from here on the next one, I want you to stay in that activated zone. There's your shoulder stability. And I want you to dip your elbows straight back and then lift them up. Dipping your elbows, bending them back and lifting them up. Bend those elbows and lift. You should feel this in your triceps. If you're not feeling this, then try to bring your chest a little bit more forward. Sometimes if we press backwards on our knee, we're not gonna feel this as much. Little bends of those elbows and press. Bend, exhale, abdominals lift and we lengthen. Bend and lift. Neck stays nice and long, so we're thinking about looking about 1.5 feet in front of our hands. Energy coming out the crown of our head. Few more, let's do 3, 2, exhale, lift, and 1. Good. Bring one palm to the center of your chest and rotate open. Roll out that wrist if you need to. And then replace that palm on the floor with your other hand and rotate open. Nice. Bring your hands underneath your chest here. We're gonna bend that knee that's extended. And we're just gonna shift a little bit towards that leg and away. So shifting and pressing away. Stretching that inner thigh. And then our hands are gonna walk further away. We're gonna press into the palms of our hands and make our way down to our side. So we're laying flat on our side. Hips are going to be nice and stacked. Okay, hopefully you can hear me okay. So I'm stacking my legs. My body is trying to be in one straight long line. My hips are right on top of one another here. So what I don't want is you to fall open in the back or splay forward. Really trying to think long and stacked, lifting underneath. We're going to lift that top leg and flex and lower. We point and lift, flex and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. Once you get the motion, let's start thinking about our body, where it is in space. Where are our abdominals? Are they supporting us and lifting? Pressing towards our spine, lifting, scooping up and lower. Up, flex and lower. Point and flex, and point and flex. If you want a little challenge, you can take that top arm on top of that leg. Up and lower. 2 more. Up and lower. 1 more. Up and lower. Good. Bring that leg up. We're gonna keep it there and we're gonna let our bottom leg come up to meet it. And then lower that bottom leg. So when we lift our bottom leg, you may have seen it in the first one I just did, our tendency is to shift backwards or pike forward. What we wanna do is keep one nice long line. So thinking inner thighs are zipping together, abdominals are engaged. You can test it out with one hand. Lift and lower, lift and lower. We're thinking nice long line, long through our hips. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Few more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more. Lift and lower. Good. Bend that bottom knee slightly. Top leg is going to bend, staying nice and parallel, coming on in and pressing out. Bring it in, press it out. Bring it in, lengthen out. Try to keep those hips stacked. Bring it in and out. Good. Trying to keep those legs parallel, especially that top leg. And press. In and press. Lifting through your abdominals and press. Two more. In and press. One more. In and press. Little challenge. If you're up for it, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5. Reaching long. 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend your knee slightly. Rotate towards the ceiling and extend that leg towards the ceiling. You did it. Bend your bottom knee. Shoulders are on the mat. Ground your pelvis into the floor. Breathe in here. Inhaling and exhaling. Reach your arms up towards that thigh. Inhale and exhale. Little bend of that knee. Inhale, flex and bend. Exhale, extend that leg. Inhale, flex and bend. Exhale, extend that leg. Two more, just warming up that hamstring again. One more. Feel nice and grounded in the mat now. Feel your pelvis fully feeling the floor. I want you to inhale and exhale. Draw your abdominals towards your spine. Let your arms find your neck and cradle your head here. Inhaling. Exhale, engage your abdominals. Close your rib cage, and our bottom knee is going to just lift and lower. Keeping that space underneath that kneecap, lifting and lowering. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Reaching nice and long. Our abdominals are scooping in and up. Starting to feel the shakes initiate here. Good. You want a little more? You can lift your head, neck, and shoulders at any time. Good. On the next one, I want you to keep that bottom leg up in a 90-degree position here. We're going to lower now the extended leg on a high diagonal and then lift. Pressing down and then lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, press. Think as your leg comes down, your abdominals draw towards your spine. Exhale, press. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We can add head, neck, shoulder lift as your leg presses on the diagonal. Exhale. And inhale. This is a perfect time to have a look at your abdominals. Are they flattening? And you feeling that inner scoop? And up. Two more. One more. Good. Let that opposite leg extend long. We're going to pulse inwards. You have pulse, pulse, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. Exhale, 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 exhale. Head, neck, and shoulders can come up for this one, pulse, pulse, your choice, doing what your body needs today. Good, 2 more switches, switch, 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 switch. Good, on the next one, you can fold across in an oblique curl. So curl, switch, legs, curl, switch, legs, curl, switch, legs, curl, switch, top leg, pass on top leg. One more. Good. Top, lower your head, neck, and shoulder. That leg that's extended towards the ceiling starts to bend. We straighten the leg that's on the floor, and then we find a nice spinal twist here, keeping those shoulder blades on the mat, rotating our hips towards the screen, looking away from the screen. Breathe in, you did it. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Good. Bring that arm that's away from the screen towards the screen, folding yourself, and then press into the floor, stacking on up. Guess what? We have the other side. Let's get to it. So we're going to start kneeling on the opposite knee. Other leg, is extended. So our abdominals are engaged and lifted. We're not sinking into this hip. We're not hiking this hip. Nice and even here. Arms are behind our head. We're gonna reach up and away, and then bring our torso center, reaching up and away and center. You keep going. I'm gonna fix my microphone. Up and away and center. Abdominals are nice and engaged. We lengthen as we reach. We're not crunching here. We're reaching up and over. We're lengthening our neck instead of pressing forward. A few more. Everything is gonna feel a little more shaky on this side because we just worked our abdominals on the other side. Give yourself some grace. And then if you do this video again, maybe think about starting on the opposite side, get nice and even. Reaching up and over and center. 2 more, up and over and center. Really lifting through that core and center. Good. From here, we're rotating our shoulders towards our leg, rounding our spine, and then coming back flat. Rounding our spine, backwards, and then back flat. Exhale, scoop, and come back flat. Scoop, and flat. Exhale. So I'm kind of thinking like that up and over feeling here too. Pulling with my obliques, making myself feel the crunch within the body. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale, center. Good, let's do 3 more. And center, 2 more. Exhale, scoop, and center. And 1 more. And center, good. Let your arms come down. Let's find ourselves on all fours. I'm gonna scoop back just a little so I'm more in the screen here. Our palms of our hands are underneath our shoulder. We're nice and even in that hip again. And we're gonna press back, stretching that inner thigh a little bit, and bring ourselves forward. Pressing back, bringing ourselves forward. Pressing back. Bum is not tucked, it's nice and neutral. And press. And bring yourself forward. Good. Find your chest in between the palms of your hands, and I want you to, this time I want you to rotate your hands into a diamond shape on the floor. So elbows are pointing on the diagonal, kind of not exactly side, not exactly back. And then we're gonna let our chest fall towards the floor, chest push up here. Exhale, lengthen out, press up. Inhale, lower your chest. Exhale, lengthen. As you exhale, our abdominals engage. Inhale, lower, exhale, engage and lengthen. Inhale, lower, exhale, press up. Inhale, lower, exhale, press. Try not to let that neck hang. Engage and lift. Inhale, exhale, press. Inhale, exhale, press. Inhale, exhale. Press the floor away. Feel the energy through the palms of your hands. Neck lengthen. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Point your fingertips forward again. We're gonna put one palm in the center of our body. We're gonna rotate open, reaching our arm forward. We can roll out our wrist. Breathing. And then replace that hand on the floor and open up to the other side here. Rolling out that wrist if you need to. Reaching up. Good. Come on back to center. We're going to bend that extended knee and just shift side to side. Stretching that inner thigh. Only going as far as you can today. Letting your body feel nice and warm. Good. Walk your hands further away from that knee. Press into your palms and make your way onto the side of your body here. One nice long line. Hips are stacked on top of each other. We find length underneath, length in our abdominals and in our top hip. Not falling forward, not rotating back. So get nice and in position before we even start. Reaching your toes nice and long. Set yourself up for success. And then we lift that top leg nice and parallel, flex and lower it down. Point and lift it, flex and lower it. So our leg is parallel, so our kneecap is pointing forward. Lifting that leg, flex and lower. As you flex and lower that leg, think reaching out of your leg, really finding as much length as you can. Flex and lower. Lift it, flex and lower. Good, you can test your balance here by lifting that top arm and putting it on top of your leg. We're really engaging those abdominals. Our glutes are supporting us from behind. And lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. Reach long through that foot. Point and lift, flex and lower. A few more. Let's do 2 more. Lift and lower. Reach long, lift, flex and lower. Good. Next one, we lift. We hold it up there. Bottom leg points and comes up to meet it and lowers. So we're reaching long through that bottom inner thigh. Reaching, stretching, think drawing those inner thighs together. Try not to let that top hip drop. I'm talking to myself there. So thinking long, long, long. Letting those thighs come towards each other. Scooping to lift. and lift and lower. Exhale, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Engaging, not letting our bodies sink into the mat, but supporting ourselves. So we can always engage our stability muscles, and it's going to help us no matter what we're doing. Even though we're moving our leg, the rest of our body can help. One more, lift and lower. Good. Bend that bottom knee for a little bit more stability on the floor here. Restack your hips if you need to reset yourself. Bend that top knee in parallel and press it out long. Bend it in parallel, press it long. We're really starting to feel that side of that leg and that glute fire up here. Bend it in, press it long. This hand can support you in the front. You're also going to want to really engage those abdominals, pressing them towards your spine as your leg comes forward. Engage, exhale, inhale, lengthen, exhale, inhale, lengthen, engage and engage and bend, exhale, lengthen. Oh, now I'm getting all mixed up. Engage, exhale and bend, inhale and lengthen. Sorry about that. Exhale and inhale. Two more. Exhale and inhale long. Exhale and inhale nice and long. We pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You did it. Bend that knee. Rotate to your back. Let that leg extend towards the ceiling. Let the bottom knee bend. Find your torso on the floor. Find your hips on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Let it all out. Inhale. Exhale. Let it all out. Let your hands reach towards that thigh. And then bend that knee and straighten that leg, stretching that hamstring just a little bit more. Bend it and stretch. Bending and stretch. One more. Bend and stretch. Good. The leg comes towards the ceiling, wherever that is for you. If you need that top knee to be a little bit bent for comfort, that's totally fine. Just try to have it, your knee at least pointing towards the ceiling. The bottom half of your leg can be wherever you need it today. I'm gonna leave mine extended here. Let your arms float behind your head to support your neck. Let your elbows be seen in your peripheral vision so that it automatically helps your rib cage close here. We're gonna inhale, exhale, engage and lift through those lower abs, lifting that bottom foot and lowering it down. We keep a nice bent knee here with length behind your kneecap. So we're not closing it in, we're keeping it nice and long. Lower it down. Getting those lower abs fired up one more time. You can always lift head, neck, and shoulders if you need to, or if you'd like to, let's say, for a little more engagement here. Good, reaching. One more like this. Good, now leave that bottom foot up. Top leg lowers on the high diagonal and lifts. Top leg lowers and lifts. We're thinking pressing long on whatever diagonal is comfortable for you today. Top leg lowers and lifts. Good. As that leg lowers, we can lift head, neck, and shoulders and lower down as it comes up. Exhale and inhale. Exhale, thinking long through that neck, not letting those hands crunch our neck, but helping them lift and extend it. Good. Check your abdominals. Are they flattening towards your spine? Exhale and inhale. Exhale Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chest nice and open. Neck is long. 2 more. You can always stay up, hovering head, neck, and shoulders if you'd like. On the next one, stay pressed on the diagonal. Let that other leg extend. We're pulsing inwards. In, switch, in. You can keep your head on the floor if you'd like. Scoop and press. Switch. Pulse in, switch, in, switch. Hands can reach forward if you'd like. Chest nice and open, neck nice and long. In, switch, in, switch, in, switch. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Good. We're going to keep that top leg extended towards the ceiling. We're going to reach up and over and switch. Up and across and switch for some obliques. Almost forgot them. Did you catch that? Well, we're doing them. Reach across, switch your legs. Reach across, switch your legs. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Inhale. 1 more each side. Good. Come to the center. Let that bottom leg find the mat. Let the top knee that was extended to the ceiling originally start to bend as that opposite leg extends on the floor. Rotate your spine. You did it. Find a nice spinal twist. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhale, sink into that mat. And breathe here for a moment. Letting your chest open. Letting that top knee relax. Good. You're gonna rotate back with your back onto the mat here. Keep that top knee that's bent, keep it bent. Let the bottom knee bend. And find that top ankle cross just past that top knee here. If this feels good, stay right here. Or if you'd like to thread your hands through and lift that thigh, find a stretch here. You can kind of rock side to side. That feels really nice. Usually let your neck release on the floor, so kind of shake your head no. Make sure your jaw is not holding tension, and breathe into that hip. Good. We're gonna put our bottom leg on the floor again. You're gonna take your hands to your top shin. Let that bottom leg extend nice and long. And just kind of stretch that top inner thigh. You can open your knee to the side. You can leave it in the center. Whatever feels good for you today. Just finding some length. Good. And then you're gonna let that top knee that bent knee find the mat. You're gonna bend the opposite leg, cross it over that top knee so that ankle is just outside of that top knee. You can stay here, or you can thread your arms through, lifting that bottom foot. Rocking side to side if that feels good. Breathing into the tension in that hip. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let that leg find the floor. Bring your hands to that top shin. Extend that bottom leg nice and long, stretching that inner thigh. You can keep your leg in the center. You can open it up slightly to the side. Whatever feels good on your body today. Breathing. And then let that knee extend. Feel nice and open on the mat. Palms can be facing up. Just a few breaths here. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your breath low and down as you inhale. Feel your ribs expand in the back and then exhale. Last breath here, inhaling, expanding that rib cage into the mat, and then exhale. Let that air out. Start to slowly bend your knees, roll over to one side facing the screen. Start to press your body up slowly. Come to the seated position here. Don't mind what my hair looks like. Oh, good. Roll those shoulders up and back a few times. Big breath in. Scoop your arms to the side. Bring them to your heart. Feel your heart beating. Close your eyes. Well done. Feel your heart underneath your fingertips. Thank you for choosing to shine today. Let your hands fall towards your knees. Roll those shoulders up and back. Let those eyes float open. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. Sincere thanks to you, my friend, for being an important part of the beginning of this channel. Every view, thumbs up, subscribe, and encouraging comment increases connection and really does help this space to grow. Please consider following if you haven't already. I appreciate your support and I hope you'll join me again.